Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we are continuing our look at the Machine Robo Universe UnitRoborn line. And let me tell you, uh, you know, reviewing, collecting, you know, lines that are predominantly Japanese based, you expect that there will be some phrases, some names that are kind of hard to say or, don't really make sense. Kamen Rider, Sentai, you know, Yusha, Macross, Mospita, but I don't think in my entire life I ever thought I'd be uttering the phrases Penguin Camera and Pancake Dump Truck. I mean, it's just this is your first time joining us, taking a look at the Unit Reborn line. Well, I do recommend going back and checking out the other videos. Very quick overview. These figures are actually part of the same universe that brought us the GoBots. This is Machine Robo. This is Bandai's main transforming robot line, although, with Sentai and Kamen Rider, there was always some transforming aspects. But this is the newest one, and it's, got to admit, kind of fun. Uh, it's everyday objects coming together to form bipedal robots or robotic looking animals. There is like little animated shorts that kind of explain it. And I do believe, last time I checked, this is a very popular line in Japan. It might be the #1 toy line going right now. So, and right there with Kamen Rider, which is doing really good. So yeah, I got these figures from Amazon Japan. As I always say, I recommend Amazon Japan above every place else. It is the quality of Amazon, but with the products in Japan, you do get a much more reasonable price than, say, going to importers like Big Bad Toy Store. The only caveat is if there's issues with returning, if there's an issue with the item, returning can be a bit of a problem. So what we will do now is we'll pause and we'll come back and take a look at PenguinCamera. Alrighty, and here we are taking a look at PenguinCamera. First off, let's take a look at the penguin. I do believe this is a bit of a robotic penguin since the body is mostly silver and not the traditional black and white tuxedo-ish look of a penguin. It can waddle back and forth. You can just do that. I mean, these are not articulated figures. The whole play value to this is the combining and the decombining. So there is that. But I think this is kind of cool. And who doesn't like penguins? Ever since the Happy Feet films. And I just realized there's probably people watching this who probably were born after the Happy Feet franchise came and went. This is the camera. This looks like the old 35mm camera that, if you were a child of the 80s like me, your dad probably had to take photos of all those family vacations and what have you. As you can see, you have some molded in detail there of the grip, the textured grips, the little buttons. You have the shutter buttons up here. And by the way, they did do the texturing that, if you remember how those cameras felt. This is not the actual standard lens. This is actually one of those more long range lenses. My dad having one of these, I do know. So it's not, the regular lens would be like a little bit shorter. So that is kind of nice. This is like, when Dad wanted to get fancy. But there is nice little sticker detail at the base, at the front of the lens. But yeah, that's really about it for that. To get to the transformation, you see the clip and bar here. The clip and bar here have the penguin facing, the head facing towards the back, the bottom of the camera. And then what I recommend is holding the camera by the top and the bottom. Plug it in, and there you go. The camera lens will split to form the legs, and the penguin's body will split open to form the shoulders and arms, and all you have to do is bring the shoulders forward. You might have to reach in and pull down the arms. That's really the only articulated point there. But there you go. There you have the little equalizer bar settings there, that since the UnitRoborn line is like a musical theme to it. But nice looking head. You do have the little musical notes forming the goggles for the eyes, the visor. Breaks up the silver with a splash of color there. Other than that, yeah, there's really not much else to it. So just go ahead and separate. I like to bring the shoulders back to give myself a little more room. Grab it from here, pull it back like so. You can then close the camera and close up the Penguin. This does remind me, as to give you a little update, the pineapple bus. I actually had a problem with it, that for one day when I had it on display, I took it apart, or it knocked over and it separated. Well, actually, I think I took it apart. My point being is, it was not staying together. The spring in the pineapple kept pushing away, pulling off from the bus. So it's interesting to see if time will tell that these figures will start acting up and you'll have a problem keeping them combined. Obviously this closed state is where the spring has the tension. It's when it's opened is everything's at rest. So that was kind of odd that it did that. But it's enough for this. Let's pause and take a look at PancakeDumptruck. Are pancakes even really popular in Japan? I've always thought of them as more like a North American type of thing, or something for in colder areas where you need the carbohydrates because you're going to be working outdoors, whatever. But, I mean, this has to be the strangest combination that I've seen. It really just stands out to me. Let's take a look at the pancake. You got a little bit of the butter there at the top, a little jelly. What I do appreciate here on the top and on the bottom is they did mold in the little pocketing that you get, the little pock marks from when you cook pancakes, and you have those little air bubbles there. That's just, that's funny. I mean, it's the little details that I can appreciate. And then we come to the dump truck, and I gotta admit, I'm a little disappointed. We don't have a working dump truck bed, but I kind of understand that, since you figure that's where all the springs and stuff are. So, but it does roll, and it is a nice looking dump truck toy. You figure over the years, Bandai's had to do a few dump trucks here and there, like every toy company has ever done in their history. So that is nice. Now for the combination. Again, the bar and clip. Bring it on just like this. And there we go. The rear legs came down on the dump truck. And you have the front here with the pancake. There's actually a lot of manual transforming you have to do. First, you want to flip the wheels out to bring down the front legs. And then what we do then is bring back the sides of the pancake even more to open it up as ears. And then flip this top part back on a double hinge. And we basically have a robotic mammoth of sorts. You can see the equalizer settings, the stickers in the ears. That's actually kind of funny, ears, music. There in the electric purple, you can see the music note motif. There's the trunk. You got a little movement there. It's funny enough. The trunk is so long that it actually pushes back up when you put the figure down on its legs. You have that darker bluish purple right above across the head. I think that actually matches the color of the jelly. Yeah, it does. So, well, there's that color, the paint budget right there, getting the color used. But this is kind of nice. I did neglect to mention that this is one of the the larger class of UnitRoborn figures, whereas the Penguin and Camera are the smaller version. You know, the smaller price point, the cheaper price point. I really don't know what the two classes are called. That's not something that's clear on the packaging. So you do have that. Now, to reset, what I recommend first doing is bringing the ears forward, bring this piece up. There's a little tab there that will just sit, that will help keep the shape of the pancake. Close the ears. They're not going to lock into place because it's still connected, but then I'll give you the leverage to pull it apart. Tap, peg in the trunk. So there you have your pancake back. And then go ahead and flip up the legs here and swing up the rear legs there. And we're back to our original state. Yeah, these are strange and they're fun. And I think that's really what I dig about them. So we'll pause and we'll come back with my final thoughts. I really like the UnitRoborn line. And I can see why it's very popular in Japan. It's different and fun. And that's what I always say about this line. Don't expect articulated figures, complex transformations. It's just something to have fun with. And I think that's something that's often missed in modern toy lines because, you know, with STEM this and adult collector that, you know, we forget that at the end of the day, these are meant to be fun. And I think that's really important. Between the two, I really can't tell you which one I like more because they're just so different and so out there. I just think in terms of mass and just more tactile feel and fun, it's the PancakeDumptruck. But in terms of like living up to the gimmick, it's the PenguinCamera because you know you snap it together and rotate one thing, you're done. The PancakeDumptruck, there's more that you have to do with it. So there's that. As I mentioned at the beginning, I got these from Amazon Japan. They are available for pre-order, and some might be in stock at Big Bad Toy Store. Other domestic importers in the continental U.S., I'm not sure. But I do recommend getting them from Amazon Japan, as you do get them at a lower rate, you know, Amazon pricing, even after the shipping. And I do recommend using DHL. The only problem is if something's broken or damaged, returning it could be an issue. That's about it for the review. If you like this review, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. It is very important to do that because it helps with the algorithms to communicate to YouTube that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. You know, and as I've said time and again, 98% of you, and I think it's a lot of people who watch the videos like this, are not subscribed, and you really miss out. You miss out on some community posts. You might miss out on another video, and it just helps build the channel. So there is that. Also, I've been experimenting with shorts, so please do make a point to watch my shorts, as I'm still trying to figure out what the heck is going on with them and why some do better than others and all that fun stuff. I do have one coming up soon that I think is going to be kind of fun and enjoyable to the average Transformer collector who, you know, sees things maybe in a different way or my way, whatever. But this is your old pal Chuck for PenguinCamera and PancakeDumptruck. We will see you next time.